Hey guys, this is Tony with Inner Geek Designs. Today I'm back with another Inner Geek podcast. Today I want to talk about what are my thoughts on freelance websites. Now, what do I mean by freelance websites? I mean websites like Guru, Fiverr, Freelancer, Odesk, these kind of websites. Um, so let's start about how do you use these websites. So the way you use them is you create a profile, and then people will post a bidding position, except for Fiverr. Fiverr's different, but similar situation. They'll post a bidding situation, and you bid to win that job. This creates a lot of different things that most designers don't think about when they use these websites. One, it degrades the value of the work that you're doing. So say if there's a logo there and someone says they have a budget of under $250. That can be done. But the thing is, you're not getting good quality work by doing that. So I think that these websites are degrading work. They're making it so that it's becoming a bottom dollar position, so whoever's the cheapest gets that job, but not who produces the best quality work. It's also making it people are doing 24 hours turnaround time. That's impossible for a logo, honestly, because you need to sit with your client, you need to understand their needs, you need to understand what their market is and what they're trying to accomplish with this logo or website or whatever else they're trying to design. So it's creating a scenario where people are expecting something, and then when they don't get it, they start having a hissy fit. Because I've had people who come from a design or a freelance website, they come to me, they're looking for this work, and then when they see the quote, they're like, well, I wasn't willing to pay that. I was willing to pay $40. That might have been good when I was starting out, but I'm here now and I need to get paid more because I am willing to put in more work to get you a better product. I don't diss on people who are using these platforms. They're using them for a reason. They don't know what else is out there, or they aren't comfortable talking to people to get these types of jobs. But there are better ways of finding clients. Also, the people who are on these sites have to do such a large volume of work just to eat. I mean, with a $50 logo, you have to be doing a crap ton just to even have enough money to have food or have a phone bill or have your bills paid. So I think they're the status right now. They are going to be around for a little bit, but I think in the long term they're not going to last. What I will say about these websites is I have used them in the past. I used them when I was starting to get on my feet. And when I was starting out of college, I started using them. And I saw some value in them, and I got some clients out of it. But as I used them more and as I used other methods, I started seeing the downfalls of them. And I don't think they're that worth it in the long term. I think there's better ways, and there needs to be some personal interaction. A lot of these platforms, it's, hey, do me this project and I pay you. There's no personal interaction. If you try to reach out past that, people start freaking out. They don't know what you're doing. Another thing about these platforms is they lock you into their platforms. So there's no way of getting your client off of that platform and talking that way. If you do that, that is a taboo on their platforms, and they find out, they'll kick you off. Which I don't think should be the way that it should be done. I think that if you work on the platform and you need to communicate with your client off the platform and it's faster, it should be done. Now let's also talk about Fiverr, because Fiverr can easily get grouped into this project, or this category of websites. I really dislike Fiverr as a company, as the people on there, as a whole. I have used Fiverr, but not as a graphic designer. I've used Fiverr for voiceovers, which I think it's a good purpose for that, for voiceovers, because you really can't fake a voiceover. There's no way of stealing someone else's voiceover and saying it's yours. So there's no way of doing that. But as a graphic designer, people can knock your stuff off. I have found my stuff on there, people saying that it's their work when it's not. I've also found other designers' work on there, or other artists' works on there, and saying that it's theirs. This is just, it's a plague. Just people steal people's stuff, put it up there, say it's theirs, and make a quick buck off you. Well, you put all this work into it to get to that final product. Also, Fiverr makes it so that we lower the bar again for price. And there are always going to be those customers or those clients that want the lowest dollar. They're not willing to pay for what it actually costs to get what it takes to make this work. And they're just going to pay the bottom dollar. When that bottom dollar gets hit, you're not going to get that good quality work. So my final thoughts on these are, there's some need for people who aren't going to willing to pay much and just need something. But also, I don't think they're going to last that long. I think their days are numbered. They're going to have a time where they stop. I wouldn't use them, honestly. But if you are wanting to use them, I would use them when you're starting off. It might be a good spot for you to start get your footing, start get comfortable, start learning how to work with clients and what clients you want to work with, what clients you don't want to work with. But outside of that, I wouldn't use them. There's other methods. I've done plenty of videos on how to find clients. I've done a couple episodes in this podcast, how to find clients. So use some of those other methods. Start reaching out. Start finding other ways. Just don't use these platforms. They're very toxic. They set a precedent to what the outside industries think that the graphic design industry works like and what the cost should be. It's going to do it for this podcast this time. Hope you guys learned something. Do whatever you do to follow this podcast. I don't know what the proper term is for all the platforms. Just keep this podcast on your feed. Let's go with that one. Also, we are on Anchor. If you want to go on Anchor, you could do a call-in, give me some questions, I'll answer them for you guys. Be a good way for a personal interaction for us to build up this communication a little bit more. Also, the podcast is on YouTube now. It'll be posted a couple days on there. If you want to watch that also, or just need another platform, it's also on Google Play. I'm working on iTunes. I heard that's not that hard to do. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.